The leadoff leg for Wake Forest is Tyler Dodds. R.J. Anderson for Florida. Jamie Wilson for Coppin State. Delaware State's Burton Clark has the baton along with Kevin Brown of Rutgers, Fabian Norgrove of Alabama, Van Eden for Cornell, and Carson Blanks of Mississippi. Cornell and Alabama look to be the early leaders here, but Florida with the baton goes one. Handoff to Tony McQuay. Tony now goes around the turn. They are number one in the NCAA, and now you know why. The Gators down the back in the white with the orange stripe. Alabama gives chase along with Cornell and everybody else. The Florida Gators out front in the white. Delaware State second. Rutgers in third. Wake Forest fourth. Coppin State fifth. Alabama. They round out the top six. The Gators, Delaware State, and Wake Forest 1, 2, and 3. Florida Gators out front. Victorian of Coppin State in second, but Wake Forest closing the gap. That is Lunkenheimer for Wake Forest, according to the information that we have, with the baton now for the Demon Deacons. They are 1, 2, 3. Alabama trying to make up some space. Alabama now off the turn, making up a lot of room as they go into second. Florida, Alabama go 1, 2. Coppin State, Wake Forest, Rutgers, 1 through 5. It'll be the Gators. And the Tide going 1 and 2. Wake Forest third. Rutgers and Coppin State make up 3, 4, and 5. So the Gators out front in white. It's Alabama in the white and burgundy in second. Wake Forest in the black gives up time now to Coppin State, and Rutgers finishes in. They are in fifth. Wake Forest on the inside in the 3 spot. Coppin State on the outside in the 4 spot. Off the turn come the Florida Gators. Alabama, Wake Forest. Look at the Demon Deacons, and he comes off the turn. Wake Forest in the black. But no, Alabama gives a late surge. It'll be Florida, Alabama, Rutgers with a push. Florida at 3:02.75, Alabama 3:05.65, and Delaware State 3:06.06. And we have a clean start here in the third and final heat of the men's 4x400-meter relay. South Carolina 1, Cincinnati, George Mason, Clemson, Binghamton, Northwestern State, LSU, and Louisiana Tech. And South Carolina already making a move on the field as they move up in lane number 1. George Mason in 3, Clemson in 4. LSU looking very good here in the opening leg, along with the Gamecocks and the Tigers. It'll be South Carolina, LSU, George Mason, Clemson. And settling in with their ranking in the top 10 are the Gamecocks, LSU. Everybody else gives chase as they go down the back. Northwestern in third. George Mason in 4. And LSU now gives the Gamecocks a run for their money off the turn. It'll be LSU in 1. South Carolina 2 as they come down shoulder to shoulder. South Carolina, LSU go 1, 2. It'll be George Mason 3. Northwestern 4. And Binghamton 5. The Gamecocks and the Tigers do battle as they go down the back. That's of South Carolina in the black, LSU in the purple and white. George Mason in the green. Northwestern. South Carolina, LSU continue to be 1-2. Off the turn they come. The Gamecocks and the Tigers doing battle out of the SEC. It'll be anybody's race. Here we go. South Carolina, LSU, they go 1-2. South Carolina in the black. The Gamecocks in the black, LSU in the purple and white. They do battle down the back with a big lead on George Mason. Everybody else gives chase as they go through the turn. You got 200 meters remaining. South Carolina on the inside, LSU on the outside. Shoulder to shoulder they come, and down the stretch they go. LSU to the front. It'll be LSU 1, South Carolina 2, George Mason will finish third. LSU's time, 3:04.10. South Carolina in at 3:04.76, and George Mason finishes at 3:08.29.